Well, I would have to do something with about Trump. Just the people he's got in his administration now. People that just 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, we didn't trust. And you got Zuckerberg now and Elon Musk or
Wow.
Zuckerfuck or whatever he's called,
Good
and
call.
Elon Musk.
Good pull, Flex. Good pull.
And I
Yeah.
and I look at it like I was a huge Trump supporter in 2020. I understood it, but now I don't know what's going on. And for me, it's more like, is this administration a Trojan horse, for the next administration that comes in? So I'm on this board, this fence now, being like, and the conspiracy part of me is like, hey, he may not be able to be as trusted. And this is coming from someone who's was a huge Trump supporter from Canada. I mean, from Canada, for heaven's sakes. Like, we're so liberal up there. But yeah, I kind of just was like, stuff has gotten worse. We're only 6 weeks or 5 weeks into the new year, and it's not good, and it's not going to get better. And I don't know what's going to come next. That's why we talk weekly about it, because it changes. Greg and I will get off our show and literally something happens and we're like, okay, there's our topic for next week. Like, it's just, we're on to the next thing.
Yeah, Greg, before I get your answer, your input on that, Flex, I like how you think, brother. I thought the same thing. So I live right next to DC. I literally was in DC for the UAP hearings, and I met Tim Burchett, one of the congressmen in there. I was talking to him about UFOs in that hallway, right? And for months, people have been telling me they were building gallows outside the Congress building, right? I walked past that, and I talked to the construction workers there. And they just said, yeah, we do this every time. And I'm thinking to myself, like, no, you really don't. But I'm like, whatever. Yeah. So I just walked in. But on that inauguration day, I didn't watch, but it's funny how the universe and God works. I didn't watch any of it. But the 30 seconds I watched was Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos's wife standing there. And I thought to myself, what are they doing there? Like, why are they there? Right. And I was thought to myself, like, what is that all about? So then, man, I was a Freemason like several years ago, man. And I got out of that organization, luckily, before it felt weird. That's a whole nother podcast, the reason why I got out. So if you watch any of my stuff, you'll see me go to war with other Freemasons and just tear them up, man, about what really goes on. But their number one motto is really order out of chaos, but they create the chaos, right?
Correct.
And so that's the first, and listen, Enigmites, Donald J. Trump is a 33rd degree Scottish Mason, 100%. That's not even for debate. His mother is from Scotland. His last name was Trump with an H at the end of it. It dropped when he came over. He is 100% a 33rd degree Scottish Mason. Now, people, if you want to argue whether or not he fell out with that or that he's going to war with it, TBD. But it's weird, right? So Flex, man. Good one, bro. Good, Greg. Greg, you got it. That's going to be a good one, man. Can you pile that, bro?
Right. Yeah. No, I'm just going to add on to it.
Okay.
Because that is really what got me into podcasting. That's what got me interested into politics. Was Trump entering the arena, seeing this non-politician supposedly, and he's just this businessman, kind of like a playboy, right? And then he's saying all the right things. He's saying, like, the economy is a big bubble. It's going to burst. He's saying you have a bunch of special interests, NGOs running the country. You have a bunch of tax scandals. I know because I use them, right? He goes, you have a lot of loopholes. I use them. And so he's pointing out everything going, whoa, this guy is saying stuff that no one else is saying. I really like this, right? So you get this movement called the Q movement, all like just comes out of nowhere, right? And we can call it whatever, 17, just to avoid whatever. And so I got really into that because it's like this underground, for anybody who doesn't know what it is, it's like this plot, supposedly, that there's good guys within the government that realize what's going on, but it's like this secret agenda to dismantle the deep state from within itself, right? And so you think about, how does America become corrupt? It's like poison ivy entwining itself through all the little loopholes that it can find itself going through, right? It's like water going through, the least resistance. It's going to find a way.
Right.
And so you have to realize throughout time, there's this corrupt system. You can see it in our judicial system. You can see it in our big banks. You can see it in the Department of Defense. It's all over the place, right? And when you see events happen that get us into these altercations worldwide, 9/11, going back even Pearl Harbor, right? And then you're looking at October 7th, and now all of a sudden Trump wants to go and take over Gaza.
Yeah.
So you're wondering who's running the show. And yes, there is a faction out there that's bad. They need to be addressed. They need to go away. And so you have this glimmer of hope all of a sudden when Trump gets in, and you have this 17 movement growing. And I got really interested in that. And I'm like, I'm wondering if Trump is a part of this, and he's speaking in code, and he's doing all these things, and he's bringing in the deep state to like surrounding himself. Because his first cabinet, John Bolton,
Oh my God.
you have, like Mad Dog Mattis,
Mm-hmm.
war hawks that love to just take money and kill people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like, was he doing this because he was naive, or was he doing it to expose people? And several people say he was doing this to expose everybody, right? And then you just kind of find out that his connections with everybody, and especially with Israel, if you follow that pathway, everybody, he has deep connections to Israel. And so does like his entire cabinet that he brought in. And you look at, okay, what's this relationship all about, right? But there's a deeper side to Trump than people realize. And like you were saying, the Freemasonry, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's proven. I mean, you might know some more stuff than I know, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen any proof that he's like 100% Freemason.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you look at his, the flag, the logo of the Scottish golf course,
Yeah.
it's the double-headed eagle. It's literally like the Freemason bird, right?
Yeah. So the theory on that is that now again, we're speaking on what we've been told, right? The theory on that is that he fell out with them, and that's why he was selected for if you follow that path, he was chosen to come in there because he fell out. And if you see, did you see Eric Trump do that? So that right there is actually that's a reverse symbol of the Freemasonry, right? This would be the
downward triangle.
When they throw it down like that, that means that, like you're in a conflict or whatever.
Oh.
So if you've watched any rap video, you'll see those put their eyeball through it or whatever. But again, there is no proof that he's in or out anymore, or whatever he was, or whatever he's doing. And that's the thing, what you're talking about with this 17 movement. It's just like enough to be like, what is that all about? But like, no, that can't be real. And then it goes on to something.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.